Order! Order! Mazan Ying, it's John Bercow here, former Speaker of the UK House of Commons. At the request of your fans, and my impression is that you have a very considerable number of them, I am recording this cameo by way of a pep talk to and for you, and in order, if you don't judge it, supremely presumptuous, to proffer you some advice. That is the request or instruction I have received from your fans, and so here goes. I don't wish Mazan Ying to spook, discombobulate, unnerve or embarrass you in any way, but I have of course been briefed about you. You are a Chinese professional Go player. Now that is an activity requiring very considerable mental and intellectual strength, seriously high quality thought processes, great resilience and mental creativity. And so I salute you for that alone, because I am not, as you will be aware, a professional Go player, and indeed I don't play any game or sport professionally at all, and never have done. So you are one step ahead of me, and one step, frankly, ahead the vast majority of people who can only dream of undertaking such an activity on a professional basis. I say that, yes, partly to cheer you up, but also because it has the advantage of being true. Now, I'm told, and this is at the heart of the request to me to offer you some thoughts, that you didn't perform well in the last season, having or experiencing, suffering a 2 wins, 16 losses record, so it was heavily in the negative. But your fans want me to give you advice on how to get over your bad mood and to prepare for the next season. Let me issue a caveat, a rider, a qualification, if you like, at the start. Obviously, I know nothing about Go, so my advice isn't based on a knowledge of the activity. My advice is simply based on concepts of coping with adversity. I played competitive sport, competitive tennis in my youth, and I think I can empathise with you, because although I was never good enough to make it professionally, I absolutely hated losing. I was a good loser, but I hated losing. I had to get used to losing, and I tried to learn from my defeats. So I think my first point to you is, having got over or tried to get over the sheer misery of that win-loss record, think carefully about it. I would strongly urge you, Zan Ying, to examine every contest and work out as best you can what went wrong in each contest. How were you outdone? Why didn't you make the right moves? Are you being outfoxed, outthought, and in some way outplayed? That you can identify, because if you can identify how you're being outplayed, you can presumably work on the moves necessary to ensure better results next time. That's my first point. My second point, which I fear is very obvious, but then all the best points are obvious and I'm determined to make it to you, is this. Success in any field depends upon, benefits from 2 key ingredients. Your inspiration, for which read your ability, your talent, your knowledge, your expertise, your competence. And without that, you're never going to be a great success, of course. Well, you clearly do meet that threshold to some considerable extent because you are a professional in your field. But secondly, this is the other ingredient that is as important as, and sometimes even more important than the first. Alongside that inspiration is the quality of perspiration, hard work, dedication, assiduity, indefatigability, never say die. I refuse to lose. I will get there in the end. Please excuse me, I've got a sore throat. So that is what you've got to do. You've got to apply yourself remorselessly, ensuring that you get balance in your life. There's time for friends and family, time for relaxation, for time for switching off. But you need to devise a work and training plan that will enable you to be a sharply better player in the next season than you were in the last. And I've got every confidence that if you apply those ingredients, which even if you haven't called them by those names, you've almost certainly been applying all your life to get where you have got, you will do so much better. Now, I have billed this as a pep talk or a set of proffered pieces of advice, but in fact, Zan Ying, what I have issued are orders. Orders. Orders, make no mistake. I order you to think positively, to reflect on those losses, not with sadness, but with cold attention to detail and specifics with a view to securing improvements. And I have ordered you to focus on an overall work and training plan that will get you to the right place in time for the next season. Zan Ying, you want to succeed. Your friends and family will want you to succeed. Your fans, of whom there is an abundant supply, who have contacted me, want you to succeed. I wish you every success. I order you to follow my instructions and to make the best possible use of your talent and ability to fulfill your potential in the season ahead. Onwards and upwards, Zan Ying. Order! Order.